Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord Modded. We're going to be fighting some of these minor vassals very quickly here. I'm actually thinking, you know what, I'm just going to let them go because they don't really actually give us much at all if we take them prisoner, you know. I mean, they are very easy to eliminate. That's basically what I'm saying here. Anyway, apart from that, we do have another one of them. We have Constalia's army over there attempting to eliminate some KHUZAIT. This is actually perfect, by the way. These guys fighting each other is amazing. That is exactly what we want. That is literally the ideal situation. Because if they are fighting each other, they're not fighting me, and we're going to be able to infinitely be, well, a little bit freer, you know, a little bit freer to be able to take and capture as many fiefs as we like. And, well, the next fief that I'm going to attempt to take is Cyronea. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little bit of a problem in itself because, as you can no doubt tell, I am having some issues with my army size. That's obviously the biggest problem here. Now, one thing that I want to do is I want to just take a quick look because there is actually something I want to do here. Is this the fellow that... Yes. Okay, so... Here's the thing, someone actually brought this to my attention very cleverly, by the way. I didn't think about this. The amount of deals that I've been making. As you can see, my tribute payments are through the roof, because of course they are. But now here's the thing. I have a lot of money. I mean, you can see that, you know, 1.5 million gold. We've got a lot of money. That's great. However, that is not the case, or might not be the case, for Mr. Falcon here and his clan. And so as a result, that might actually mean, you guessed it, that they don't have enough money to field any armies or upgrade their troops or anything like that. And I didn't think about that until you brought it to my attention. So thank you very much to that person, because that was really, that's actually extremely important for us to you know, kind of take note of here. And I do realize that Onira is currently under siege. I did want to defend that, but the thing with doing that is that I would much prefer to take Cyronea and then head back and take Onira relatively easily. If my forces are not around here, then that is literally just because I have failed to give them any cash. So what I'm going to do after this is I will attempt to find where Captain Falcon actually is, and then I will give him some money. I don't know how much money to really give him, but we're going to give him, I don't know, I'm thinking, I don't know, quite a lot. I think I'm probably going to try to give him quite a lot. I was actually kind of hoping, considering he had so many towns and castles under his control, that the revenues and taxes and so on and so forth from that would have actually made all the difference to him. So the tributes wouldn't have made, well, any impact on his coin purse. That was the only thing that I was kind of hoping there. But, well, maybe that is not indeed the case. Maybe he is indeed having some problems. I can assume that our other clan that we have is definitely having some issues because they don't have nearly as many fiefs available. And, well, it's pretty obvious that they're maybe going to have some problems then as a result. These guys are literally not blocking at all. That's absolutely fantastic. I love it when they don't block, actually. I mean, the funny thing is, the reason why they're not blocking is not because I am, you know, not a threat or anything like that, but it's just because they're looking at someone else in the distance, you know? They're looking at one of my allies here, and that's the only reason why they're not blocking. Otherwise, they would definitely be blocking. Anyway, let's see if we can do some damage here. Oh, nice. We're getting some nice kills. Can I actually just prevent myself from dying here? Nice. Nice little stab there. I'm just trying to vary up my attacks a little bit as well, because I don't know whether you've noticed this about my, you know, my combat prowess, but usually I tend to go for the same direction multiple times in a row, just because it's easier. That's it. Just because it's easier, and I like the way that it looks, and I just think it's really cool to, you know, get a nice flow going and so on and so forth. But it is not the most effective thing to do. Obviously, the most effective thing to do is to change your direction. Try to attack from varieties of different directions and get the angle just right so that you can do as much damage as possible. And that's exactly what I've been attempting to, you know, try to incorporate into our, you know, combat maneuvers, so to speak. And it is actually making a pretty big difference. Obviously, as you might expect, the enemy is still blocking a few attacks, but they are not actually as effective as they used to be. Because obviously, you know, they're gonna think to themselves, yes, this fellow has attacked in the same direction for the last 10 attacks. I think I can probably predict which one he's going to attack next. Indeed. That's kind of the situation that we've been having most of the time. This is always very funny, though. These situations where the enemy is literally just running away and they're like, yes, I will just run straight into us and ignore our presence. Yeah, that's a pretty funny one, isn't it? Oh, I can't believe that I missed that guy. You will not escape, sir. That is my hat. Boom. No, oh, maybe he's gonna escape. Oh, no, there we go, we got him. Alright, so I think I can probably just speed things up. And I'm running around, cue the Benny Hill music, really. Just cue that. Even though, to be fair, we're not actually chasing anyone or anything like that, so yeah, it doesn't really make any difference. But there you go, 67 renown for us. Pretty decent. I can actually take these people prisoner now as well if we want to. I think I will probably do that, just because... And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be recruiting some of these Imperials. Because we have quite a lot of the Southern Empire territory, it kind of makes sense, in my opinion, to recruit some of these. I know I said, hey, you know what? We're just going to stay with, you know, Aserai troops as much as we possibly can. But I'm going to try to start merging my forces with Imperials just for the moment until I have the ability to go back to Aserai territory, because at the moment I don't. At the moment I don't. I am literally stuck fighting the Southern Empire as much as I possibly can. Oh, what? Oh, he wants to declare war now against the KHUZAIT. That's hilarious. Okay. Sure. Okay, I really want to find him. Where is he? I really want to find him. You need to make peace with the Southern Empire. Should I make peace with the Southern Empire? I don't really want to, but if I have to... That's the thing. Think about this, okay? I have so many of the Southern Empire vassals as prisoners. I don't really want to let them go. I feel like that's a huge waste. I feel like it's a waste of my, my effort in taking them prisoner. But I do need to speak with him. I do need to speak with him as soon as possible, so let me see if I can find where he is. I was kind of hoping that he'd create an army, but he seems to be very, very limited in that respect. I'm not entirely sure why, but I can only assume that... I mean, he's got a huge amount of influence. Are we taking this? Or is that the KHUZAIT? Are the KHUZAIT taking that? It would be very funny if the KHUZAIT were taking it. Alright, so let's have a look here. The owner of Cyronea is... I'm gonna make it Mr. Captain Falcon, yes. I'm just gonna give him a lot of things here, just so that maybe, just maybe, if I'm unable to find him, that he'll be okay in terms of his cash. I mean, you can see here that I'm actually making a decent amount, and I don't have as many fiefs as he does. So he should technically be fine. I'm almost certain that the people taking this, yeah, that is indeed the KHUZAIT. So we are going to have to do something a little bit special here. Okay, we're going to have to fight... What? Why did I only get one of them? Why am I only getting one of them in the battle here? Oh no, I got multiple. What? How did that happen? Okay, that's a bit weird. Seems like there's some weird stuff going on right there. Anyway, technically I could take these troops. I guess I will rescue them, even though that's not really... you know me, I'm not really a big fan of the whole micromanagement thing, but we're going to have to do it nevertheless. We will have to do it because they are free units. We're going to have to put them into the garrison somewhere. And let's actually see what's happening with the KHUZAIT here as well. So technically what I could do... What? The settlement is under siege. You decide to... Don't get involved? Are you joking? Why can I not attack this? Okay. Well, that makes no sense whatsoever. I should be able to attack this guy however I like, because he's right outside. I mean, he's literally right there, you know? It's not like his position is fortified in any way. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, yeah. Here's a funny... Okay, I'm not sure if this is a take that you're going to agree on, but I don't know. What is this perk? That's the question here. What is this perk? Because look at this. It gives us 5% damage with throwing weapons. Now, if you think about throwing weapons as a whole, you think about how much damage javelins actually do. And let's say that you do actually have a significant amount of throwing weapons skill, that is. So let's say you have 200 or 250 or something like that. Javelins, if you have harpoons or something similar to that, you're going to do so much damage that 5% damage is basically nothing. And then the only other thing that I can assume would be somewhat decent, I guess, is if you have a bunch of skirmisher-based units. Skirmishers that have thrown skill, and the plus 20 to throwing skill is going to be somewhat useful. However, if you look at the difference between these two, it is very clear which one is the most powerful. Strong legs, obviously, is the most powerful here. I don't understand why this is so incredibly minimal. It really doesn't do anything, because as I said, if you are using javelins and you have a decent thrown skill already, you're going to be dealing so much damage that plus 5% damage is going to do nothing. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe someone out there can actually tell me what's going on with that, because for me personally, I have no idea what's actually happening with this. I like this though. This is a wonderful perk. This is probably one of my this is one of my favorite perks. Anything that increases your combat movement speed is a favorite of mine. I know that sounds really, really funny considering, but it's true. Because any single time you can make your character move faster or fundamentally change how they behave in a situation, combat or otherwise, I'm a huge fan of those kinds of improvements. Because if you can actually get a gameplay benefit that makes you significantly change how you approach a situation, I'm all for that. I think that's absolutely fantastic. That's definitely one of the greatest things that someone can do. At least in my opinion. I mean, shall we say, a perk can do, not someone, but a perk. Because if a perk has the ability, like for example, I don't know, I've obviously given the example of everything has a price. I've already talked about that at length, so I'm not going to be talking about it again. But what I'm saying is everything has a price is such a wonderful perk, and it fundamentally changes how you play the game. It's not as powerful as it once was, but still, it does do what it says on the tin, technically. It does actually do that. It does, you know, give you additional ways to play, which is obviously fantastic. I love that. I wish it was a little bit more viable, but, you know, we can't always get what we want, right? Anyway, for some reason, the KHUZAIT are now taking every single one of my people prisoner. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with them. They are being very, very weird. But that, again, that is probably my fault, because I did not give them any money. But I was kind of assuming that Captain Falcon would have a huge amount, as I said, because I gave him so many fiefs. So I'm a bit perplexed as to what's going on with him. But after I've taken Onira here and actually captured these KHUZAIT vassals, we are going to be going over there, and I will be giving him a stern talking to, because I'm very confused as to what he's actually been up to. Because I'm pretty sure that every single one of his towns and castles is going to be making a pretty significant stipend for him. Not sure why he would be so, well, I don't know, so low on funds for a variety of reasons. He's got so much. He should have so much at least. Anyway, we are going to be attempting to do this. I'm a little bit worried about this actually, because you can see by the combat strength, we are actually a little bit outnumbered and outgunned potentially. So this may very well end up with me having to retreat, which I would not appreciate. But what I have to do is I have to stay at the very front here and try to eliminate the various Darkhans and the various other higher tier units, because that's the reason why we're having huge problems here. Because these KHUZAIT, they actually have great armor. The armor is very protective. They do a lot of damage. They're capable of holding the line very, very nicely. The heavy lancers are also here. Yeah, I'm probably going to die from this. Yep. There you go. There's me dead. Oh well, never mind. Alright, let's actually see what happens here. We are getting absolutely wrecked. Yeah, we are getting absolutely wrecked. I'm super surprised, actually. I'm super surprised about that. Just imagine. Look at that. What actually happened here? Look at this. Can I... Ooh. That's the reason. Alright. That's the reason why we're actually losing against the KHUZAIT then. Because Captain Falcon, no doubt, is also suffering a pretty similar fate to us right there. I can only assume that to be the case, at least. So, I'm just going to auto-resolve against this guy. Hopefully I'm going to win. I was a bit worried there for a second. Maybe I wasn't, I don't know, maybe I wasn't going to win it. But thankfully we did. Let's just take what we need from here. I'm not going to be taking absolutely everything. Just going to try to take as many higher tier troops as possible. Or should I even bother? Because maybe I can just put them in somewhere. Put them into a garrison or something like that. And we'll just take some of these as well. There we are. We can take the KHUZAIT Darkhans if we want to too, but I'm not going to do that. And there we have it. Okay, so here's the problem now. Now I'm wondering whether we should actually make peace with the Southern Empire, because Onira is going to be very difficult for us to take, as you can quite clearly tell, even though we technically have exceptional, and I'm talking about very, very exceptional high-tier troops. Maybe it's not going to be enough. That's the thing. Maybe it isn't going to be enough. Anyway, let's actually just have a quick look here. Ah, yes. Okay, fine. We are going to make peace with the Southern Empire. I'm not a big fan of doing this, to be honest. But we're going to do it. And there we have it. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth now, because I really didn't want to make peace with them. But it does give us the opportunity to focus on the KHUZAIT instead, and they are quite clearly much more powerful than the Southern Empire. So we're going to have to do something about that. Alright, so let me very quickly... Wait a minute. They don't have any defenders in here, so I'm just going to go over to the garrison real fast, because obviously that is something that we are going to need to do. Let's donate troops to the garrison here. Oh, he's actually here. That's great. Captain Falcon is actually here as we speak. So I will be able to speak to him in just a moment. And then we can hopefully ask him what's going on. And I can give him some money. Yes, I can hopefully give him some money. Alright, so mercenaries. There we go. KHUZAIT archers. Going to be keeping the mounted troops as much as I can. But anyone that's a mercenary or something like that can go. And or militia, of course. I mean, basically all I'm wanting right here is just to transfer a bunch of the recruits. That's literally all I'm wanting to do here. And I think that's it. There we go. Alright, so yeah, we have a very small army right now, obviously, but at least the garrison has a pretty decent one. Okay. Hello there. Okay, so let me actually just have a look-see. He only has yeah, okay. There you go. You were 100% correct, person that told me that maybe he doesn't have enough money. Yes, so I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. Wow. That's really bad. Okay, so let me see here. How much do I actually have? I have 1.5 million. You know what? I kind of want to give him 500,000. I'm so surprised he's not got a lot of money, though, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to give him 400,000, I guess. What? No. Oh, why am I so stupid? Why am I so stupid? It's this one. This is the one that's me. Thank you very much. There we go. There we are. 400,000 is what we are going to gift him. Your proposal is most acceptable. It should be. It should be, Mr. Captain Falcon. Thank you very much. Alright, so yeah, at least that's good. Hopefully he's actually going to start doing something now. I can only hope that he will start doing something, because otherwise we're going to be, you know, pretty much dead in the water before too long, because my forces are really not having a very good time of things dealing with the KHUZAIT here. They have amazing troop quality. I'm actually really surprised that they do, because I was certainly not expecting that. Oh, there we go. We actually did rescue one of them. That's actually quite nice. Let's get some of these. Yeah, some of these, I guess. I'm not a big fan of taking them, but we are going to be attempting to try to persuade as many prisoners as possible, even though that's not necessarily what I want to do. But sometimes, if you can't return to a certain place to be able to recruit your preferred units, then, well, that's the only thing you can really do. Yeah, so they're going to slowly build up their forces. I'm kind of... Oh, wait. Akalat is under siege? Yeah, by the KHUZAIT, of course. Alright, let me head back there as soon as possible. Let's actually see what's going on here. Maybe I'm going to have to break in. Ah, okay, so 291. Let's see what they actually have. They've got some pretty decent units. Look at that. They've got some Khan's Guards. I don't know whether you know this, but Khan's Guards are pretty fantastic. They are literally the highest tier of noble troop that the KHUZAIT have access to, and they've got 10 of those. So it is a little bit harsh. Just going to go in here for an auto-resolve. Going to let her go. I'm going to try to build up some relation with these people, just because maybe at some point in the future they might decide to join us, and in which case, well, that's good, you know. Even though I did execute their leader previously in the series, so maybe they're not too pleased about that, you know. Anyway, we are very outnumbered as well. Let me actually just let my forces just, you know, equip whatever they want to equip. Yeah, so I'm going to have to wait a little bit of time. Akalat, what do you actually have here, Akalat? Can I, please, tooltip. There we go. Okay, let's see. 267. Okay, that's actually not even entirely bad. It's going to take them a bit of time to get through that. I highly doubt they're even going to be able to be honest. Ah, hello. Seems like one of our other children has aged up to 5. There we go. Udris is now old enough to play independently with the other children of the estate. You are particularly struck by how he is fascinated by riddles. Let's make him an engineer, I guess. Kind of. One-handed. Sure. Fighting mock battles. And his vigor increased. Very nice. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's actually just take a quick look. So they're not actually going in just yet. I feel like I probably could achieve victory if we go onto the fields of battle here. But I don't really... Oh no, are you serious? Western Empire. Oh, they're very far away. Why are they doing that? That is so strange. I don't know why they would declare war on us, but I guess I'll just leave them for the moment, just in case. I would like to actually just attack these fellows. There's another fellow attempting to murder our village. I will not have that, thank you very much. There we go. I need to go back to Aserai territory super badly. I really, really do. I'm not taking any loot right now because I just don't have enough space for it just yet. Okay, I'm just kind of waiting until they actually head into the garrison here. They are seemingly losing a lot of troops due to the siege bombardment, but they don't seem to really be doing much else, which is kind of perfect. Oh, are you... Oh, what are these guys doing? Look at that. They are literally just attempting to raid this village over and over again. That is so funny. Alright, yeah, so I think I will just continue to run sort of interference here. And that's going to be my main... That's my main goal right now. Literally just running interference as much as we possibly can. I kind of want to get some more... Get some more of these guys at Khan's Guard. Wait a minute. Do I have enough leadership to get that perk? Because there is a perk, very, very important to me. I'm not sure whether we have it. If I don't have it, I am going to need to get it, or I will need to spec focus. No, I do have it. Yeah, as you can see, there it is. Plus 50% recruitment rate of tier 4 plus prisoners. That's actually what I wanted the entire time, and I have it already. So yeah, I was kind of hoping that the prisoners would actually be recruited quite fast. But it seems like it is taking a little bit longer than we'd like. Anyway, let's just try to gain some more of those. Level these guys up. There we are. Okay. Yeah, we also need to go and buy some war mounts and all that wonderful stuff. Okay, so where is Captain Falcon? Is he actually doing something now? I'm kind of hoping that he is. Yeah, right. I mean, that's the point. Relying on AI vassals and parties, it's not really a good idea. Unless you have Mengus Ironbelly, of course. If you have Mengus Ironbelly, it's a completely different, you know, completely different deal. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you should definitely watch the Europe 1100 series. Not the most recent one, but the one before that. Very, very impressive showing from Mr. Ironbelly there. Okay, we're going to just go straight on in. Actually, you know what? Not right now. Wait until daytime. Now we're going to go in and assault the siege camp. Woo, they've got some good troops right here. Look at this. Look at their numbers and their combat strength. I mean, I guess that just goes to show that my army has dwindled significantly. And I'm actually a bit worried about that, to be honest. I'm actually thinking to myself, that's really not very good. You know, for me to literally be even with an army of this size, considering I have so many high-tier troops, that is really not very good. I should have so much more, and I should theoretically be just dominating these guys. But unfortunately, as you can see, look at them. Look at how effective they are. It's incredible. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. You see, I think that's the primary reason why the developers of Bannerlord decided to nerf horse archers early on, because it kind of resulted in these sorts of situations where you'd go in and the KHUZAIT would have a bunch of tribal warriors on horseback, and as you might expect, well, what happens? You just get murdered. You just get murdered because they are so incredibly laser focused. Their accuracy is really, really good, and you're going to have a hard time dealing any damage to them because they are just so skilled at keeping away from your forces, and that's going to make a big difference. I mean, you can see quite clearly here, my forces are actually losing a lot of troops very early on, even though we took the initiative. And I was very much trying to take the initiative by being hyper aggressive in my movements here. I was wanting to charge in straight away. I was wanting to try to you know, eliminate as many forces as I could get my hands on. I'm trying to be hyper aggressive myself as well. Obviously this could result in me dying, but obviously that's just a risk that we have to take. I can't really just sit around doing nothing in the back of the battlefield the whole time. We are going to have to do something. So that's where things get a little bit messy, as you can see. As long as I can eliminate the enemy cavalry, we should be fine. But this is going to be a close one, actually. I feel like this is going to be a close one. Nice. Nice. Yes. Kill that Khan's guard. Oof. I remember way back when I first initially played with the KHUZAIT, when I did my second ever series in Bannerlord, after my first initial conquering of the map in the first series, and I was literally thinking to myself, what is this faction? They are so incredibly strong. And they've been like that for quite some time, up until these recent changes, of course. And yeah, it's actually impressive to see that they are actually still very powerful when you get them to a higher level. So it just turns out that maybe the KHUZAIT are just a little bit worse when it comes to early game now. It seems like the early game is definitely going to be much more rocky for them in comparison to, you know, the late game, where it's going to be so much smoother. I mean, you can see very clearly why that is. I mean, my forces are having huge problems dealing with them. I'm actually super surprised at that, to be fair. Because, as you know, I do have a lot of very high-tier camel-based units, and I was kind of expecting them to be really powerful here. But you know what the main issue is? The KHUZAIT are horse archer specialists, especially the Khan's guards. And you know exactly what's going to happen, right? Well, the Khan's guard is literally just going to run rings around any of your own troops. And I'm talking about camels, I'm talking about any special unit that you have, with the exception of maybe another horse archer. And they are gonna do so much damage. No wonder we failed taking Onira earlier. That's all I can say. No wonder we failed. Look at the amount of casualties I just took. Obviously, the only reason why I have only 91 in unconsciousness is because my medic is actually doing a good job. But if we didn't have him, I shudder to think how many casualties we actually would have taken. Quite a lot, no doubt. But yeah, this is exactly the reason why we really should be very, very careful about dealing with the KHUZAIT, and we should probably focus them down, laser focus them so hard from now on, and just get them completely obliterated. That's the only thing I can really think of to do now, because I am thinking, wow, if they get this powerful later on, I mean, I already knew that they did, but I was kind of hoping that maybe they wouldn't be so strong. Which is very funny considering the fact that, well,
Enough.
I mean, we've been fighting them for quite some time. We actually have been taking quite a few of them prisoner, or we did take quite a few of them prisoner. And yet, you see exactly what happened. You see, they're just incredible. They are incredible units, and, well, it definitely caused us a bit of a headache in that particular battle. Wow, that's kind of harsh. Okay, so they took Samira Castle and Hakun Castle. I'm actually kind of wondering what's going on here. Why are my forces not actually doing anything? They haven't created an army in quite some time. He has 3,000. See, this is exactly the reason why I wanted to give him so many fiefs. He's obviously going to be earning influence from fiefs as well. But why does he have so much influence, and why is he not able to do anything with it? I don't know why. Why doesn't he go and do something? He's clan tier 4 as well, as you can see. Wow, okay. Let me actually just spend a little bit here with my other clan, just to give them some influence. I don't know really what that's going to do, but hopefully it's going to do something. And otherwise, I am actually going to go over to Aserai territory right now. Yeah, that is what I'm going to do. Or shall we say, that's what... Well, I'm not going to take you along with me for that, because you've already seen me do that kind of thing, and you know what the protocol is. You know, I go over there, I recruit from a bunch of noble villages, or, the ones that actually give me noble troops, and I will actually be stopping by a bunch of towns as well to try to get my hands on as many war mounts as possible, because obviously that's going to be a huge deal. And I can just hope that Akalat and Odok don't get taken. I think Odok is actually really well defended. Yeah, it seems like it's very well defended. 580 over there. Not sure about Cyrenea. Oh no, Cyrenea is actually doing pretty fine. I'm surprised. Alright. Yeah, anyway. Hopefully we will be able to deal with the KHUZAIT in the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.